We can give the document date, posting date, and we have the vendor NV201. We can give the amount as it is 27,000, and then the payment terms I'm going to keep it as blank, and the text we can mention as here. What is this? This is the purchase invoice. 40 is the posting key we have for the raw material consumption account. 400,000 is the GL number, and after that we can give the amount as asterisk or 27,000. Text is plus. And we can see now the system is going to save the document. We can see the same document in the form of a open invoice. So we have a open invoice of 27,000. Now this 27,000 in against this invoice, I want to make a payment through the IDoc. So for this, what we need to do again, we need to go to the transaction code F110, and we have again that payment run date and ID. So let's have the run date as today's date. It is 2nd of June 2020, and let's have here the ID as IDoc. And here we need to come across all those steps. So we have the first step as maintain parameter. We can give the information for the company code 2184, then the payment method. So now observe here the payment method is 7. Then the next payment date is, so today is the 2nd, so we can take any date after the today's date. So it is going to be 3rd of June, and after that we can mention here the year, and after that we have the vendor. So vendor is 201, and after that we can go to the additional log. We can select the check boxes for the vendor 201 and save it. Click on the save option. One more thing you will observe here, printout slash data medium. Here you can just see system will not show you RFFO US underscore C. Why? Because remember the payment medium, for the payment medium we have chosen this form, that is the RFFO EDI one. So that is the reason system is asking to maintain the variant for this program only. Now the program we can mention here IDoc for 2184, and this is the name of the variant I have chosen, and we can give any name. So let's go to the maintain variant. So I need to give the information for this variant, ID which we have created. So go to the maintain variant. So we can click on the all selection screen and then press enter button. Here we need to give the paying company code, which is 2184, and after that once again we have the payment method. So payment method is going to be 7. Then we can select the relevant house bank account ID. You can just observe here your check lot number is not coming because this is a different program. This program under this payment program under this program RFFO EDI1 check lot is not a valid field. That is the reason it is not coming. So we can have here the house bank as city 84, account ID we can maintain as 4 times 01, and here if you want some document to be generated for this IDoc. So here we can mention the option. It is for the printer ID, local printer, and the ID is LP01. Print immediately. So you can just go down, and number of sample printout we can remove, or we can make it 0, and then we can click on the attribute button. So this is the ID we have given for the IDoc. If you want to give the descriptions, let's have the description as payment or PMW for 2184 IDoc. So that is the payment medium workbench we have maintained, and I'm going to save it. Click on the save option and you can go back. Once again we can click on the save option, and now we can go to the status button. So we can go to the status tab, and you can just see here it is showing you the information parameters have been entered. Parameters have been entered. Now what you do, you can click on the proposal button, and you can click on the start immediately button, and after that you can click on the schedule button. So it is saying that the proposal is ready to be started. We can keep pressing the enter button until unless system gives us a message that the proposal has been created. After the proposal creation, we can go to the log, and we can just check that if we are getting any message related to the IDoc or not at the below. At the bottom, system should give you a message related to the IDoc. You can just see here, it is giving you a message that the payment made by the IDoc and the IDoc generation has been done. So here you can just see IDoc were generated for the following payment. Now we can just go back and we can go to the next step, that is the payment run. Click on the payment run and then we can press enter button. So now we can keep pressing the enter button until unless we get a message that is the payment run has been carried out. Now the final step, we need to go for the printout, and here we have the IDoc. We can remove this question mark if you want to get the document related to the IDoc generated. So it is saying that this job has been scheduled. Now you need to execute this job. For the job execution, you can go to the transaction code SM37, or you can go to the batch input session. No, not batch input session. You can go to the out control. Go to the output control, and here actually the transaction code is SP01, not SM37. It is SP01. Now you can click on the execute button. Click on the execute button. So here the system should have given us some payment document. So why it is not coming? So we can find out the reason of this. Now we can just see if the IDoc system has generated or not. So how we can find out that information? Here we have a transaction code to display the IDoc. It is WE02. It is WE02. We can use transaction code WE02 to display the IDoc generated by the system. We can click on the execute button. We have a date range as today's date. Now we can click on the execute button. So no IDoc, it is saying that it has generated. So we can find out the reason of this. Maybe in the IDoc creation somewhere we have missed some information. So we can here go to the W20. We can go to once again CT84, and here we need to click OK. Here you can just see message type, nothing is there. That is the reason system has not captured it. So we can click on the create information for the payment from the message type, receiver port, then for the basic type 2002, and this is the transfer IDoc immediately. So this is the information we need to save. Actually, we just double click on this and then I think we forgot to save it. That is the reason it is not coming. Now we can go back, and now you can just see message type is coming. Okay. So if you want to get the IDoc generated, you make sure that the message type should be there for your outbound or inbound IDoc. So since we are using the outbound, so we have here the payment message type as payment installation. Now, once again, our payment is already done, but we can generate the IDoc. How? We can click on the again printout button, and we can schedule the job once again. So make sure we just select this checkbox, start immediately, and we can go to the output. And after that, we can click on the execute button. This time you can just see the output has generated. Now, if you want to find out the detail, so you can just see this is the EDA accompanying sheet which system has generated. Then we have the payment advice system has generated, and we have the payment summary. So one by one, we'll just see all these documents. So this is the EDA accompanying sheet where we can see here it is saying that electronic payment order we have, and collective order to the Citibank New York. So here we have some standard information. We can see the bank key, account number, amount, number of payments we have sent it, and the reference number against this payment. So this is the date of this payment issue. Then we can go back and we can see the information against the payment advice. So this document, this payment we have issued against the payment document number, invoice number, it is 81008. That is our invoice number. Now we can just go back and we can see the payment summary. So that is the normal information we can see. Okay, so this is the vendor against whom we have issued the payment. Now what next thing we can see here? So we can now check the IDoc. So to check the IDoc, we have again the transaction code W02. You can click on the execute button. This time you can observe here the system has generated IDoc. It is coming with the green signal. So we can double click on this, and you can just see here it is showing you the current status of this IDoc. It is coming with the green signal. So here We can double click on this. Okay. Now we can, if we just go back, and you will see here at the bottom status message for the selected IDoc. So this is a text we have. It is saying this is the IDoc number ending with 50. And status for this IDoc, it is saying that it has been passed to the port and the result is okay. Now from the port, as I just shared with you, the information is going to be sent by the web consultant or the basis consultant. So they will make sure that this information will send to the middleware, and from the middleware this information will finally receive and processed by the bank. Now you can observe here the port through which this information to which this information has been sent. Then we have the direction. This is the message type we have. We can just see this is the same message type we have selected, pay ext. Then this is the date and time we have. Now for us it is also important to know the structure of the IDoc, the structure of what type of information we have or this IDoc carries. So that is what we also need to find out. What do? You can double click on this, and on the left side the system is going to show you the structure of your IDoc. You can just see for any of your IDoc you will have these three segments. So first segment we have, it is the control data or control record. Second we have segment, it is for the data record, and third segment we have for the status record. So all these segments will have a unique set of information. So let's find out the control record. So this control record is going to carry the technical information. For example, it is going to keep the it is going to carry the information for the basic type. What is the message type we have? What is the basic type we have? Then after that we can just go to the next tab and we can find out the information. So for example, partner, it is giving me the information related to the partner profile that we have maintained as B, that is for the bank. And this is the partner number, this is the port number, this is the port for the sender, this is the recipient port, recipient who is going to receive it, and this is a this is our port, SAP environment port, from where this information will be sent. So this is the logical system. Now after that we can just go back. So it is going to carry the technical information. We can go back and we can go to the data record. So you can just see under the data record we have various segments. So each of the segment is going to carry some type of information. So for example, this is going to carry the information. So we have PEXR. So this is going to maintain the information for your payment document number. This is the payment document number, and this is going to give you the information number of payments. And likewise, if you just go to the next segment, it will have some information. So you can just see we have the date of the payment, and if I just keep pressing the next option, so we'll find some amount of fields here, and we can see the Belnar is a technical name of the document number, payment document number. And then after that, if you just see here, you can just see the payment method it is having. Then we have the house bank, we have the payment method description, which is okay. Here it is the run date. Actually, it is the automatic payment run date ID, which we have maintained as IDoc. This is the payment run date, and after that, this is the reference number. This against this reference number, system has processed the payment document. Now we can see here we have some next information where we can see the amount also, and likewise each segment will have the information. This is the bank information system is going to carry under this segment. We can see our house bank ID and name of the house bank. Then we have the payment instruction. You can just see this is the information we have maintained under the drawer. So under the drawer, you can remember we have maintained the information. This is the payment instruction by the Walmart. Then we can see here some more information. This is the JP Morgan Bank, and this is the bank of the vendor. Okay, so vendor bank information we can also see here. Bank is there. So that is the information we can find out. This is the invoice information system will give you. Now, if I just go to the state, if I just walk you through the status record, so this status record is important because these status records under the status record we use the number convention. We use the number convention. So we use for the inbound IDoc, we use the number convention. It is from 51 to 99. I was just sharing with you the status record. It is important. So we follow some number convention when we are using this status record. For the outbound IDoc, we use the number convention. It is from 01 to 49. So 01 to 49 IDoc we use for the outbound, like this status record we use for the outbound IDocs. So you can just see here for each of the IDoc you will get a ID, and for each of the ID you will get a status. For example, here it is saying that 03 is saying that the information has been passed to the port. Then the next we have 30, it is saying that the IDoc is ready for the dispatch. Then we have 01, it is saying that the IDoc is generated. Likewise, you may also have 4 more options like IDoc has been received by the bank, IDoc has been failed, IDoc has been processed by the bank successfully. So these types of information we'll be able to get it. Okay. So for example, if you have got some failed IDoc, so you can just check the reason for the failed IDoc, and we need to, like, some information is incorrect due to which this IDoc was not processed by the bank. So that may be the reason. And again, for each of the IDoc status, system is going to give you some code, and it will also give you some indicator. So yellow indicator means it is giving some warning message. We can change, or we can work on it so that it can be green. Green means it is already passed, and if it is red, it means it is a failed IDoc. So we can manually process the IDoc if it got failed. So that is the information we have about the IDoc.